This 26 Sports and CCTV high school volleyball presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
Welcome back to Cadillac High School Big North volleyball action here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Jay Simon alongside Acacia Holmes. Talk about our crew here in just a moment. We got a great one bringing you this contest. 3 cameras, all in high definition. And we're excited to bring you volleyball here from Cadillac High School. Getting the introductions for each team, and it's one of those quirks of volleyball where they run down everybody in line. They all get a number. It's always kind of fun. I've seen teams, Acacia, step back instead of having a player step forward. It's always fun the way kids can be creative with that stuff.
Each team has something different.
Yep, every team does. As mentioned, we got the Cadillac Vikings and the Traverse City West Titans tonight, and we talked a little bit in the pregame, Acacia, about the youth of these Titans. They made the state quarterfinals last year in Class A, and that is not easy to do. Class A, very tough, obviously, with all the big schools. West is a big school, but there are some big schools in Class A. Made the state quarterfinals, but graduated a lot of really good players, and they are young. Sophia Jenkins, the outside hitter, is a second-year varsity player, but they're very youthful, but sometimes that can be an advantage, right? Sometimes you just don't know any better.
Right, exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle the atmosphere here in Viking country, as Cadillac always gets a sizable crowd, as they're behind the Vikings right now being introduced. The Cadillac Crazies, as they like to call them. They've got a Facebook group, if I'm not mistaken, where they discuss the theme, and I believe the theme for tonight looks like it might be beach-related. And based on the temperature in this gym, I think that's pretty appropriate. They can get raucous, and I would expect that they will. And it'll be interesting to see how the young Titans deal with that atmosphere. Talking to head coach Michelle Brines before we came on the air, she talked about how splitting the title with TC West last year, we talked about how they've either shared it or won it outright, the Titans and the Vikings. Either one or the other has won it or they've split it. Since we made the switch to the fall in 2007. But last year, it was the Titans that got a 5-set victory here on this floor to force a share of the title. Cadillac had won in Traverse City. And with so many of these players back for Cadillac, I'm sure they probably got that in the back of their heads.
Absolutely.
Getting some last-minute coaching instructions. We got our players on the floor. I never know just how much to talk about sort of inside baseball, but for those of you that may be watching this that don't watch a lot of volleyball, you'll notice the players coming onto the floor for both teams in the different colored jersey. Talk about that position for a second.
Typically the libero is what that position is called, and they are known to be a good passer You want them on the floor as much as possible. So having that libero being able to pass, not using the sub, it's really advantageous for teams.
Right, so the rule's a little bit different for her. She can't play in the front row, and she can sub for any player in the back row, and so you'll see the liberos out there quite a bit. About to get underway, and it will be the libero for the Vikings starting us off. Good pass, good first swing for the Titans. Good transition, but that swing by Brooke Kahani, the lone freshman on the Viking roster, just outside the line, and so side out to the Titans, 1-0 here just underway. Libero Grace Martin with the serve. With a lot of transition, free ball opportunity for the Titans. Jenkins on the outside. There's Kylie Christensen in the middle. Chased down, and now a free ball for the Vikings. And a little miscommunication there, Acacia. Didn't look like Kylie Christensen quite knew what to expect from setter Allie Finch, and the miscue gives the ball and the point to the Titans, 2-0. Martin serves, shanked out of bounds. And the ace makes it a 3-0 lead for the Titans. Martin sends that one just beyond the baseline. And the Vikings stop the run. Substitution as Liz Piles checks in for the Vikings. Allie Finch, the lefty, will serve for Cadillac. Good pass. Jenkins on the outside. Tip dug up by Kahani. Kahani will get an opportunity to swing, and she'll tool the block. Gets the kill for Cadillac. (3-2) TC West. Finch, nice short serve. Jenkins again, dug up by Finch. Kahani on the outside. Big swing, but dug up. Free ball coming, though, for Cadillac. Taylor, Finch on the slide for Christensen with the booming kill. (3-3) here in the opening set. Little back quick for the middle, and Christensen taking it on two will knock it out of bounds, and it will be Titan ball. 4-3 TC West, and maybe a little bit of nerves, Acacia, for the Vikings with the pressure of being expected perhaps to win this one tonight?
Yeah, possibly.
Finch to Christensen. You'll hear that one a lot. Double block, not enough to slow down the arm of Kylie Christensen. Kohani back to serve. It might have been a little long, but it was taken out of the air, and the Vikings will take advantage. Point to Cadillac, 5-4. Vikings with the lead here in the first set. There's another tip. We expect to see a lot of Sophia Jenkins, number 9, for the Titans, Acacia, as she now goes back to serve. So with her out of the front row, it'll be interesting to see where the offense comes from for the Titans now. Finch to Christensen from the right side, and Kylie Christensen showing the versatility. Middle hitter stepping out and hitting from the opposite side in that rotation, and she'll go back to serve with a 6-5 lead. Christensen with the float serve. Down ball from the Titans, dug up. Finch, Christensen, back row attack is good. Kylie Christensen unofficially already with 4 kills in this opening set, 7-5 Cadillac. Weak side swing, dug up. Piles will have to send it over on one. Opportunity for the Titans. Outside, dug up. Finch, quick transition. Good defense from Cadillac. Another swing on the outside, and that's going to sail long. Sam Skirmahorn. Looks like Schermerhorn. I'm told it's Skirmahorn. Sophomore outside hitter, plays opposite Jenkins, sending that long. Another tip, and the double block is there. Gabby Kapusinski and Naomi Boonzire in the way for that block. There's another swing. Thought there might be a tip, but that went off the net and out of bounds again. And just like that, the Vikings have taken a 10-5 lead here in the first set. Christensen. Skirmahorn, dug up. Finch outside, and a nice swing as Kapusinski. I think it's Kapusinski. I'm going to murder that, I'm sure. That's a tough transition coming off the block and getting that quick set.
Cadillac seems to be transitioning well.
Jenkins will send a free ball into the deep corner. Nice spot by Jenkins. Most teams, Acacia, their defensive base has a deep middle, and then their outside left and right are kind of up closer to that 10-foot line. Those deep corners oftentimes kind of open for that push there, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Errant pass will force Christensen with the down ball in the back row. Dug up, and that set from Jenkins way too far outside. As we will get a substitution. Offense for defense. Ella Griggs will sit down. Morgan Walter will come back in, and then the libero will come in for Walter in the back row. Nice job.
Again,
dug up. Finch with the big lefty swing, but she pulls it wide. I was going to say, give Brenna Tiernan, the junior setter, a lot of credit. That was a tight pass. Did something with it. Well, Coach Emily Bauman talked about how this Titans team is probably a little more defense heavy than in previous years in her 8th year of coaching. As there's a nice swing into the stands, nearly into our camera up here. As Kapusinski with another kill. 13-7 Vikings. Kapusinski back to serve. Martin with the pass. Tiernan sets up her middle, and she's going to get called for the double contact there. As an official, I'm sure you saw that right away.
I did.
There's a shank pass and an ace for the Vikings. 15-7. This game started off pretty well for the Titans. They were up 3-0. The Vikings have gone on a roll. Kapusinski still back to serve. Tiernan looking in the middle, no, and Tiernan making double contact. Tried to hit that with the sly, like, it wasn't me with that. We're going to get a Traverse City Titan timeout. 16-7. Vikings firmly in control of this opener. Well, we wondered how the Titan defense, and especially the young Titan middles, would deal with Kylie Christensen, and she's only made one trip through the front row, three rotations, but she's looked spectacular already.
From all over the court, too.
Yep, not only in the middle, she's had one swing on the outside, she's had a kill from the opposite side, she's put a kill down with a slide. The Cadillac Crazies. Love what they do in timeouts. It's a lot of fun to watch. TC West representation here in the gym as well. Nice to see them making the travel down. Of course, the JV and freshman squads played on this court at the same time. They split the gym into two halves. And so the Titan freshmen and JV are in the stands on the opposite side, doing their best to balance out the crazies. 16-7 out of the Titan timeout. Kapuscinski to serve. There's a quick in the middle, nice swing from Angela Patinella, the sophomore middle hitter. Patinella and Morgan Walter, the two sophomore middles, with the unenviable job of replacing two senior standouts from last season. It's a quick back set, dug up by the Titans. Into the middle again, and touched. Patinella with back-to-back kills. And the timeout working for the Titans. Works every time as a coach, doesn't it?
That's what you aim for.
Back to serve is Sam Skirmahorn. That means Jenkins now in the front row for the Titans. Jenkins with the block. And we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a center line violation on the Vikings. Sorry, I don't have the roster in front of me. Finch with the dink. There you go. That's where the benefit of being a 6-foot setter. You see the opening in the middle of the defense, and she dumps it into that. I think they call that a campfire, don't they? Everybody standing around watching it land in the middle of them.
I haven't heard that one before.
Jenkins to Tiernan. Middle swing blocked outside for Kohani. Dug up. Free ball. Jenkins to Christensen. Christensen with the big swing. That's the beauty, Acacia, of having somebody like Kylie Christensen, isn't it? She can clean up a lot of sloppy stuff. You don't need to give her a great set. She can still do something with it. 18-10 Vikings. Taylor, the libero. Trying to get it to Jenkins. She'll push one deep. Dug up. Christensen in the middle. Crushed. And Martin can't handle it.
Some really pretty quick sets tonight from the Cadillac team.
And they like to run their offense quickly. The passing has been decent. I wouldn't say it's quite up to Coach Michelle Bryan's standard, but Finch doing a lot with it. Martin will have to hit a down ball. Taylor with the dig. Kohani with a huge kill, the freshman, 6'1". And Acacia, that's, I'm not sure what that zone is called, but that was sort of between the middle hitter and the outside hitter. And that makes it tough to block when you don't expect it to be in that area. There's a nice swing from Jenkins, blocked though. Blocked again. Titans are able to come up with it, but Kohani will go up and put it down. (21-10). Vikings with the lead. Mary Kay Taylor. Jenkins on the outside. Down ball, dug up. And a little miscommunication, but Kohani able to save it. Titans with an opportunity. Jenkins, though, has to just push it over again. Finch outside to Kohani with the tip. And they're going to say it went outside the antenna on the far side. And the up referee is going to talk to her linesman. What's she looking for here, you think, Acacia?
I'm not really sure what she could be looking for calling from the opposite side.
Was it on the Jenkins outside swing initially, maybe?
Possibly. Looks like it might be going that
way. The number one referee, I think that's how they refer to them, number one and number two. We used to call them up ref and down ref when I coached. The number one ref talking to the floor captain. The only player on either team that's allowed to talk to the first referee is the floor captain. And we're going to get a timeout from Emily Bauman, 22-11 Vikings. That's a good officiating job, as she brought her linesman over to ask the question about that earlier in the play, and he must have told her that he did see it go out. Maybe she didn't see his out call.
Possibly.
I'm not sure. But it was the Jenkins swing where she was forced outside, nearest to our camera angle, that went outside the antenna. Those red and white antennas on the outside part of the net are lined up with the outside boundary line, right? And the ball can't go outside. Ball has to pass between those two lines. Ball can't touch them either, right?
Correct.
I want to take a moment during this timeout to thank our sponsors for helping us to bring you this broadcast on 26 Sports and CC Television, including our title sponsor, Cadillac Casting, also Pac Mail, Bigelow Supply, Douglas, I always want to call him Douglas, High Point Auto, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Bowman and Rogers, Crystal Flash, and Vickery Financial. Our sincere thanks for their support of sports here on CCTV and 26 Sports as the Titans out of the timeout get a touch and a kill. I believe that was Jenkins again. Made the mistake of looking down. Skirmahorn is in the back row. I didn't think it was a 10-foot attack, so side out makes it 22-11. Martin with the serve. Finch outside to Christensen. Crushed off the block. Block was there, but I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't want to put my digits in the way of that swing.
She's tough for a middle blocker getting over there.
Allie Finch back to serve for the Vikings. Tiernan to Jenkins. They want a touch, but none of the officials saw one, and so it'll be point and side out to the Vikings. Game point on the left hand of Allie Finch. And that is shanked into the crowd. And that will close out game one, 25-11. Cadillac Vikings take the opening set. We'll be back with game two right after this.